Hi, I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your Art Sherpa, and today I'm going to tell you something that is going to blow your mind about color. Whatever you thought you knew about color, you probably didn't know this. I've been getting asked this question a lot lately. Can I mix red? Can I create a painting that's red without any red paint? How is that even possible? Most of us grew up being told that primary colors are primary because you can't mix them. You can't create them from other colors. Now, if you're Sir Isaac Newton and you're refracting light, that's totally true. But if you're an artist and you've got some pigment, that's mostly true. But as in art, with everything, there's always an exception to that rule. So today I'm going to show you how you actually can, and I'm not even kidding, can make red paint without red. I'm going to paint a red strawberry, not use a drop of red paint. I'm going to use orange and purple. And it's really orange and really purple. I am going to demo the whole painting. You're going to see it happen. It's going to blow your mind. And at the end, I'm going to tell you why this trick works and when it probably won't, but it's super worth knowing about. So I have put out my paint that way you guys could see it, because this is not really a believable video, like mentally, especially if you're new to painting. And I wanted you guys to see that I am using orange. I am using purple. I'm also doing some other crazy color mixes here that you're going to kind of get to see. So that's why I wanted you to see the paint come out. The other thing that I did is I picked a strawberry because I felt like no one is going to believe this is true. Mixing red from purple and orange. What would be the most unbelievable fruit to use? And so was strawberry, because you're going to see the thumbnail and you're like, there's no way that woman didn't use any red paint, but I didn't. And that's why I wanted to see this. You see this happening here. I'm using my green. I did use my black to tone and my white to tint. That's to lighten and darken colors. But I did stick mostly between the cadmium hue and the violet. You could use in this real cadmium, but I thought it was important in this to test paints that you guys might run into, as well as professional paints. And in that, I did learn some very interesting things that we'll go over after you see the strawberry being painted in. I am time-lapsing this, but I am not like doing any fancy cuts or changing any paints or tricking you. Already, you can see that this is red, and you can see that it's noticeably red. I picked the gray background, and this is a color theory thing. If I want something to look more vibrant, sometimes I can go to its complement. I didn't want to put blue or green on here, so I went with gray because it's neutral. It would allow the red to really show, but it's cool enough to allow the red to kind of oscillate and vibrate, which is a color theory thing that you get. I paint strawberries a lot. If you want to know how to paint a strawberry in real time, step by step, I have a fantastic lesson that I will put in the description. When the questions first started coming up about this, I was like, what is going on? Everyone's asking me about how do I mix red paint. I'm like, what question is that? I kind of narrowed that down to, I think this sourced from either this guy on TikTok who does all these crazy paint mixing videos or Cesar Cordova. I have decided to link Cesar Cordova, I hope I'm saying his name correctly, in the description below, so you can see some more stuff on this. He has definitely inspired me to do some fun, pigment-based, unbelievable magic color mixing videos that I think you guys are going to like. This was a lot of fun to do. And to be honest, I knew about all these color mixes. We've probably done them in the last 7 years in some way. But approaching it from this direction was actually fun for me to be like, wow, this strawberry is really, really red. And I didn't just like find like one paint that would do it and, you know, and just get into one brand. I tested this across brands, across things. I figured out when it worked and when it failed. So I can give you that information just in case you do get someplace and for some reason don't have any red paint in your paint bucket, but you do have a decent orange and purple that will do this. You'll be like, I'm okay. That's fine. I'll just mix primary and kind of explode the brains of most of the artists around you, because I think that it is something that, you know, but you don't know, you know, I'm adding highlights and everything to give it a pop. I think that also really helped the juiciness of the strawberry. Those little finishing touches are always really great. You can see I haven't put out any paint. I haven't done anything strange. I'm just purple and orange through. The strawberry is super red and juicy, isn't it? It's like you could eat that right off the table. I'm pulling out some mixes there. You can see it really does go red in that purple and orange. There's some fascinating stuff that happens here, and you have to kind of watch the biases in your paint, how red the paint is on the orange or how yellow, or how red or blue it is on the purple is definitely important. I hope that seeing that kind of made you go, this woman isn't lying to me. Now, let me explain to you the things you have to know about the pigment and when this will work and be red and when it will be a brown. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I've done videos on how to make brown, and you know that orange and like a good cad orange and a good dioxazine purple make a fantastic brown. Here's some things to know about that, though. If you go online and you see videos about this particular color mix, you will see cad orange listed and dioxazine purple in student paint. Those are hues, not pigments. And they do this great. And I did test those. I tested several cadmium hues across a couple brands and was like, okay, so the cadmium hue works great. And the purple hues work great. But when you get into professional Diox purple and professional cadmium paint, you're going to get brown. It's really tough to get into the reds. The other thing I found is you could pretty much get away with any violet, any good violet paint from any of the lines, as long as your paint, your orange, was biased a little redder than yellow. When they are a little bit yellow, you need to make sure that your violet bias is a little bit red, is a thing to look at. What do I mean by bias? I mean, like, there's like a hint in the undertone of the paint to be a little more of a Merlot, a little more red, or in this, with this deep red, you can get away all into the Diox purples. But the hues, it's tough to do with the professional pigment. The CAD pigments seem to work with all of the color testing. So hopefully this kind of exploded your brain and made you think about your paint a little bit differently. And maybe you won't just stop because you don't have a color. There's always a workaround in art. There's always a way. Even if there's a rule in art besides don't eat paint, don't eat paint, don't eat paint. But other rules, or don't set fire to paint either. So besides setting fire to your paint or eating your paint, almost every other rule in art can be broken or bent or twisted so that you can always find your way into your project. I hope you enjoyed this tip. I enjoyed sharing it with you. And the strawberry, if you want to paint a strawberry, again, check the description below. Be sure and hit the subscribe button. Tell me what other primary colors you'd like me to show you how to mix from secondaries, because we can do this all week. Be good to yourself, be good to each other, and I'm going to see you in an easel really soon. Bye-bye.